trading stop losses. Are they good? Are they bad? Are they both? I'm champion trader Kevin Davey, and let's find out. So a little while ago, I did a video with some trading tips for algo traders. And in the video, I mentioned that you should look at stop losses and see if you really wanted them in your strategy. Well, I got a lot of feedback on that. Some people said, how can you do that? How can you not use stop losses? Other people said, hey, I don't use stop losses at all. You don't need them. So I decided to put together this video. Do you need stop losses? Well, the simple answer is you don't need stop losses unless your broker requires them. Some brokers, to access intraday margins for futures, for example, require stop losses. But other than that, you might not need it. That being said, there's definitely some advantages to having stop losses. So first, it helps you to limit the loss on any one trade. So we all make bad trades. Having a stop loss gets you out, and that's a good thing. A second reason to have a stop loss is it gives you some peace of mind. It makes you feel better knowing that you have a stop in place, for example, if you trade overnight. Third, stop losses install discipline. It's so easy to say, oh, I'll get out if the market goes to this price. I'll have a mental stop. A lot of times those mental stops become fluid. And when the price gets to that point, you still stay in the trade and give it a little longer. So having discipline is one of the big benefits of having a stop loss. You put your order in, if it gets hit, then you're out. And another reason to have stop losses is for position sizing. So it helps you determine your risk up front, and then you know how many contracts to trade to stay within your risk parameters for your overall equity. So stop losses have a lot of advantages, but they also have disadvantages. So for example, if the market drops instantly, if there's some kind of really bad news or a terrorist attack or something, the market can drop instantaneously and blow right by your stops. Heck, in some cases, you'll be lucky to get filled at all at any price. So what you think might be a $100 stop loss, by the time the market reopens and can actually trade, you might have lost a few $1,000s. So it's not always as good as it sounds. The next problem is most people set their stops way too low. So like with the mini S&P, they might have a $50 or $100 stop loss, and that's way too little. You'll just get taken out by the noise in the market. And the other bad thing about stops is usually, not always, but usually performance gets worse. You have a stop, your profit goes down, or your drawdowns, or your risk-adjusted return. So some of the things you're trying to make better in a trading strategy actually get worse. Of course, some people look at that as the price you pay for having a stop loss, but a lot of people don't realize that. So let's take a simple example. Here's a breakout strategy, and I'm going to put a stop loss with it of $100 per contract to $3,000 per contract. And I'm just going to see, what does it look like? And here are the results. You can see if the stop loss is low enough, and if it's a small value, you can actually turn what would be a winning strategy into a losing strategy. So small stop losses actually really hurt you. And then if you have no stop loss, you actually do better with this particular strategy. Now that isn't always the case, but I think you see the point. Sometimes stop losses don't really help you that much overall. Sure, they'll help you on one trade, but overall, they might make things worse. And when you look at risk-adjusted return, the same thing holds. Sometimes stop losses make things better, and sometimes they make it worse. And if your stop loss is too small, you're going to get into trouble. So what do? There's good reasons to have stop losses, and there's not good reasons to have stop losses. Well, I suggest you test it. That's the only way to know for sure. Go through historical trades and see, would a stop loss have been better? What levels would be best? You look at that and then you can make an educated decision on what worked best in the past. Now, that doesn't always mean it's going to work the best going forward, but I like my odds knowing that something worked good in the past. I think I skew things a little bit in my favor when I use something that historically has worked. So the answer to the question, are stop losses good, bad, or both? The answer is probably both. They can be good at times. They can be bad at times. You really have to test and see and include your own psychology. Some people cannot stand trading without stop losses. So just include them in your strategy. Simple as that. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and leave your comments below. What are your feelings on stop losses? I'd love to hear them. Are you doing something unique or something other people aren't doing? Let me know. I'll reply to all comments. So thanks for watching. I'm Champion Trader Kevin Davey. Have a great day.